Welcome to the Arizona Wildcat Show, brought to you by Fry's Food Stores. I'm Star Sports editor Ryan Finley, here with the busiest man in Tucson media, the hard-workingest man in Tucson media.
I don't know about any of that stuff.
Oh,
Now I know how Greg Hansen feels when you come on here and embarrass him to start. Let's just talk football.
Nobody has spent more time thinking, breathing, eating, sleeping, etc. football than this man right here, Daniel Berk, Star's football beat reporter. Daniel, first impressions of training camp. Obviously, we start with some news. Tra'Mayne Bondurant has been suspended indefinitely, although he's still hanging around the team.
Yeah.
A return date, if he returns at all, is not really known. Number one, how did that come about? Number two, where do they go from here?
Yeah, it's been an odd situation, I think, to say the least. You know, Saturday night, first night of practice, Rodriguez says afterwards that Bondurant's been dismissed or quit the team and was no longer with them, but then kind of cautioned at the very end that it might not be final because he hadn't even talked to him face-to-face yet. Then you come back out to practice Sunday, and there's Tra'Mayne, walking the stairs at Kindle Sunset with the weight vest on, not looking like the happiest guy in the world, but he was there, and then he was there again yesterday. So I don't know how long that's going to last. I think a lot of that depends on his attitude and what he's doing outside of practice. And there's the famous breakfast club that Rich Rodriguez has. Guys that are in the doghouse come work out with him at 6:30 in the morning. So Tra'Mayne is certainly in that breakfast club. So, I think if he continues to do the punishment and handle it, he'll be all right. And I think, I don't think this was one incident. I don't think there was one thing he did wrong where he was asked to leave. I think it was just a series of things. He had some discipline to do, and he didn't do it. Going forward now, if he doesn't come back right away, or he's out for a few games, or doesn't come back at all, I think Will Parks slides into that spot, into that spur safety spot. He'd been playing at Bandit, which is farther back. Spur, he moves down. But Will Parks is real flexible, and if Tra'Mayne does come back and get his spot back, they're going to have to figure out a way to get Parks on the field somehow.
Sure. Daniel, I know that you like watching Will Parks play. He's an interesting kid from Philadelphia, came all the way out here with
Willie from Philly.
Willie from Philly. See, that's a good nickname. Comes out from Philadelphia with Rich Rodriguez's first recruiting class. What does he bring to this team, and why do they like him so much?
What's funny, Will Parks is a Matt Dudek guy. He was committed to him at Pitt, then Rutgers, then Arizona. So wherever Dudek went, Will Parks went, and it's because he loved that kid. And he's probably the most athletic of the defensive backs, and that's not a knock on Jared Tevis and Jordan Grandin and Tra'Mayne, but Will is a very athletic player. That was on display last year in Shreveport when he was the defensive MVP of the Advocare V100 Bowl and had a pick six. And so he is very capable. This summer, he said he played all three safety spots. He was playing corner, and then he said, after one workout, Kurlav, the defensive line coach, came up to him and said, "We need to start playing you at nose tackle on fourth down." And Park said, "You got enough guys there. I'll stick in the secondary."
Wow, this is the Arizona Wildcat Show, brought to you by Fry's Food Stores. Ryan Finley here with Daniel Berk. Daniel, if we're going through sort of Arizona's projected starting 11 on defense, who do you think makes it, and who do you think maybe starts on number two on the two deep?
Well, are we talking in the secondary here?
Yeah.
In the secondary, I think if, let's say Bondurant's back, I would think that they probably start Parks to start the year, and then Tra'Mayne as a backup, and then you'll see Tevis and Grandin back there. McKnight will be at one of the corner spots, and then the other corner spot, they've tried a different guy there every day so far. So I think that's wide open. But I would think the starters back there are Tevis, Grandin, and Parks right now, Bondurant, and then a guy that they are very high on and they like a lot is Telus Jones. At all last year, he was a special teams guy for them, and I think they're going to find a way to get him on the field somehow.
One more thing about Telus Jones, he's a guy who I certainly don't know a whole lot about. I think your average fan probably couldn't pick him out on the sidelines. Why do they like him, and give me a little bit about his backstory?
Here's my favorite thing about Jones, and this is what Will Parks said. He goes, he's from Miami, so he's fast. All those Florida guys that Rich Rodriguez brings in, they're fast. And then Matt Capone, the safeties coach yesterday, said of all the guys we have, he's the one guy with the biggest burst, and he can hit. That's the thing they love about Telus Jones too, is that he can hit, and he's an interesting story. He went to JC for a year, didn't play, and then he came here. So the biggest thing with him, according to Matt Capone, is he has all the athletic ability. It's the mental game and getting him to give 100% on every play. But they're excited about him. I'm
just excited, Daniel, that Telus Jones Grigsby added Grigsby to his name about a year ago.
Yes.
Because otherwise, this team would have a Telus Jones and a Terrace Jones.
And a Caleb Jones.
And a Caleb Jones, and then
TJ Johnson.
Right.
It's just too many TJs and Js, yeah.
And as a guy who copy edits stuff and reads a lot of stuff, my head would just explode. It would be, the back of this screen here would be just nothing but grossness. So we're going to
Nice
leave it
image.
on that positive mental image. This is the Arizona Wildcat Show, brought to you by Fry's Food Stores. For Daniel Berk, I'm Ryan Finley. Join us next time when we talk about what else, DB?
Football.
More UA football.
Try this matchup. Low prices and faster checkout. You can count on it at Fry's.